pretty excited about the next topic that I'm going to discuss, which is our cold Volk integration system. As a lot of you guys are familiar, vulcanized shoes were established in the early 1800s to the mid 1800s, and it really hasn't changed at all in the last 150 plus years and everything like that. And we really wanted to do something different with vulcanized shoes. I mean, it is the shoe of choice when it comes to skateboarders, and you see a lot of BMX guys and everything really getting into the vulcanized shoe just because of the overall flex board feel that you have from a vulcanized shoe, because everything is a lot thinner, bringing your foot closer to the actual board surface and everything like that. But the one thing that you have with traditional Volk is, you know, you have a lot of unnecessary materials and weights that are put into it, and the whole process of inconsistencies with sizing, not to mention the limitations of materials and some of the constructions that you can do. So we've worked for probably the last year and a half developing cold Volk, which is taking what you would call a traditional vulcanized outsole and putting our little twist on it. So when you think of vulcanized, you think of your actual outsole component. So you have the rubber outsole. Then you think of your uncured rubber Volk wrap, which is the the foxing that actually goes around the perimeter of the shoe. You wrap it around, finishes off basically creating your sidewall. And on select models and everything like that, you would have also the rubber toe bumper just for added protection and layering and everything like that. So there you go. You have the different components: the rubber outsole, uncured rubber foxing wrap, and toe bumper. So traditionally, you take this slather glue, you drop in your midsole, you take your upper, you put it on, you get it all in there, you're wrapping the Volk tape after you've added more layers of glue, more layers of rubber to finish it off to get to your finish style. You got a last in there, you have to put it in an oven, you bake it for around 90 minutes at 248 degrees, which actually cures all the glue and the foxing stripe, which actually bonds the upper to the outsole. One thing with that is that you do run into issues where you don't know if there's any inconsistencies where the glue was or the curing. And one of the biggest things that happens in Volk shoes that a lot of you might be familiar with is the failure where the upper and outsole separate, and typically that's in the heel area, which is where the most stress is put based on how the foot and everything's torquing and everything like that. So what we wanted to do was help prevent and eliminate at all possible the separation of the outsole while making a far more superior vulcanized shoe, because traditional Volk works better than typically how some people play around with, a cup sole that's all thick and heavy that looks like a vulcanized style, but it's really a cup sole. So we were thinking like, hey, why don't we create a true Volk outsole and assemble it like a cup sole? And that's where we came with the whole process of cold Volk. So we take these components, your outsole, your foxing, your toe bumper on select styling, everything like that, and we pre-assemble it and cure it so that you actually get this finished product. So now you have a totally finished vulcanized outsole. And now what we were going to do, instead of going through the traditional process of all the different layers of glue, the upper, the foxing, put it in the oven, bake it, we are now able to take a finished sewn upper, last it on a cold cement line, where you actually do cold cement, you put it on a low heat assembly line, which activates the bonding agent, which gives you a solid 360-degree bonding of the upper to the actual outsole. So that allows for a far more superior bond, a more durable vulcanized shoe. It also cuts out unnecessary glues that soak into the midsole, the lasting board, other layers of rubber that you can take out. You're really lightening the shoe. You have a far more flexible, more durable, lighter performing Volk shoe. And the real cool thing is that you have very true sizing. So typically based on Volk shoes, some people go half size down, full size down. Some people might be true. This gives us a much more consistent size range in our construction of our shoes. So if you're a 10 in a cup sole, you're now going to be a 10 in our Volk. This has all the same characteristics. This is a true vulcanized shoe. It's just done with the cold cement finishing process for the lasting. And that is just making it steps beyond what your traditional vulcanized shoes are, where they're a lot heavier. This is about 20% lighter than your traditional Volk and is 10 times stronger in its bonding from the outsole to the upper than a traditional vulcanized shoe. So the cold Volk integration system makes for a far more superior performance-driven vulcanized shoe right out of the box. Super light, super flexible, far more durable, and a lot more greener. You know, you don't have as much glues and toxins and waste that you're just basically having go into to the world. So it's just really nice to be able to do something like that. So cold Volk integration system that you will find on all of our vulcanized shoes from spring 12 on. We're really excited about it, and I hope that you are as well.